Stop, right where you are. Pause the chaos of your life for this one moment and listen to a secret that has been buried for 2,000 years. A secret guarded by Roman emperors on bloody battlefields, by slaves who found ultimate freedom in their minds, by philosophers who outpowered kings without ever raising a sword. This is not theory. This is the operating system for invincibility. Here is the brutal, beautiful truth. Your entire life, you have been taught to defend yourself. When someone insults you, you're supposed to insult them back. When someone criticizes you, you're supposed to explain, to justify, to prove your worth. When someone throws a lie at you, you're supposed to scramble for evidence, to beg for a fair hearing, to fight in the mud for your reputation. I am here to tell you that every single one of those instincts is a trap, a beautifully designed, socially approved trap that has been stealing your power, draining your energy, and chaining your potential since you were a boy. Today that ends. For the next, we dive into the heart of Stoicism, not as a dusty philosophy, but as a living, breathing martial art for the modern mind. This is about a psychological maneuver so counterintuitive, so revolutionary that it will feel like turning gravity off. It is the art of never defending yourself. When you master this, you will not just change arguments. You will change the entire atmosphere around you. You will walk through a world of chaos with a silence so profound it becomes a roar. You will look at every critic, every detractor, every person trying to throw you off your path, and you will feel nothing but pity for the game they're stuck playing. And you will know in your bones that you have accessed a layer of power they cannot even comprehend. This is the Stoic path. This is the way of discipline, of self-mastery, of ultimate success. If you are ready to see the matrix, if you are ready to step out of the cage of other people's opinions forever, then lean in. Lock this in. Your old life is about to be a memory. Law 1. The fortress that cannot be touched, your inner citadel. Imagine for a moment that your mind is not a piece of paper flapping in the wind of every opinion. Imagine it as a fortress, a citadel of granite and iron built on a mountain of your own principles. This is the first and greatest teaching of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king who ruled the known world from the front lines of war. Inside this fortress is your throne room, your true self, your character, your peace. Now, when someone shouts an insult, when they try to provoke you, what are they really doing? They are standing outside the walls of your fortress. They are at the base of your mountain, yelling up at your gates. They are tiny, and their words are just noise echoing against stone. Here is the critical choice, the moment that defines weak men from strong men. The weak man hears the noise, gets angry, and does the unthinkable. He abandons his own throne. He runs down from the high walls, he orders the gates to be thrown open, and he charges out into the dirt to wrestle with the heckler. He leaves the safety, the height, the power of his position to get down in the mud and brawl. He thinks he is defending his fortress, but he has already lost. He has left it undefended. The Stoic, the man of true discipline, does the opposite. He stays on his throne. He does not even lean forward. He listens to the noise, acknowledges it for what it is, just sound, and returns his focus to the things within his fortress, his plans, his duties, his calm. He understands that defending the fortress does not mean leaving it. Defending it means being so immovably secure within it that no external noise can shake the foundation. Your character, your values, your mission, these are your walls. When you feel that hot, urgent need to defend, to explain, to correct the record, that is the alarm bell telling you that you are about to abandon your throne. That feeling is the test. The practice, the discipline, is to sit through that discomfort, to let the alarm ring and do nothing, to feel the urge and let it pass. Every time you do this, you add another layer of stone to your walls. You make the fortress taller, stronger, more impregnable, and the people outside shouting, they eventually grow tired. They look up at your silent, unmoving walls, and they feel a sense of awe, and then a sense of their own smallness. They came for a fight and were met with a mountain. This is your first law. Your inner world is a sovereign nation. It does not negotiate with terrorists. It does not send its king out to brawl in the streets. It remains forever unassailable. Law 2, the dirty mirror. Understanding projection. Let's go deeper into the psychology of your attacker, because to master non-defense, you must understand what you are actually refusing to engage with. It is not you. When a person hurls an accusation, a judgment, or a cruel label at you, they are not holding up a clean mirror showing your reflection. They are holding up a mirror caked with the dirt, the scars, and the broken pieces of their own psyche. What you see in that mirror is their inner world, projected onto you. The Stoic is a master psychologist. He sees the mechanism behind the insult. A man consumed by insecurity will see arrogance and calm confidence. A woman filled with chaos will see recklessness and decisive action. A person who is dishonest will assume everyone else is lying. Their judgment is a confession, every single time. Think of a painter who only has red paint on his palette. No matter what he tries to paint, a sky, a forest, a face, it all comes out in shades of red. He doesn't see the true colors of the world. He sees the world through the only color he has. People are like this. Their emotional palette is limited by their own wounds, their fears, their insecurities. When they try to paint a picture of you, they are just smearing their own inner mess onto your canvas. To defend yourself against a projection is the ultimate futility. It is like a clean man trying to argue with mud about why he is clean, while getting covered in the process. You cannot win an argument about your own reflection in a distorted mirror. Your job is not to clean their mirror. Your job is to recognize the distortion and walk away. Your silence, your refusal to engage, is the ultimate statement. It says, I see the mess you are carrying. I will not accept it as mine. You are free to hold it, but I am free to ignore it. This understanding drains all poison from an insult. It transforms anger into curiosity and then into pity. You see a person struggling with their own demons, and in their confusion, they are pointing at you. The disciplined man does not take the pointing finger personally. He simply notes the direction and goes the other way. Law 3, the scarcest currency, the Stoic energy economy. Now we must talk about your life force, your attention, your focus, your mental and emotional energy. This is not unlimited. This is the most precious, non-renewable resource you possess in a single day. Every moment you are alive, you are spending this currency. The question of a successful, disciplined life is, what are you buying with it? When you engage in a defensive argument, you are making a catastrophic financial decision. You are taking a massive bag of your gold, your peace, your focus, your creative potential, and you are dumping it into the black hole of someone else's drama. You are funding their chaos with your capital. Worse, you are getting nothing in return. No peace, no resolution, no growth, only exhaustion and distraction. The Stoic is the Warren Buffett of the mind. He is a ruthless investor of his attention. He lives by a simple, brutal rule from Epictetus. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. He asks before any potential engagement, is this within the sphere of my control? The opinions of others, their words, their gossip, their attempts to provoke? Not your control. To invest your energy here is the definition of stupidity. It is trying to control the weather. Discipline is the daily, hourly practice of guarding your energy like a legendary treasure. It means when the provocation comes, you feel the impulse to spend, that hot, angry urge to retaliate, and you consciously, deliberately choose not to make the withdrawal. You let the impulse pass. You keep your capital. By not defending, you are not being passive, you are being strategic. You are declaring bankruptcy on their petty game. You are refusing to pay a debt you do not owe. You save all your energy, every single joule of it, for the things that truly matter and that you truly control. Your next action, your physical health, the quality of your work, the depth of your learning, the love you give to your family. While your detractors are spending their energy trying to get a reaction from you, you are compounding your energy, investing it in yourself, and watching your true wealth, your character and your capability grow exponentially. The person who needs you to react is a beggar, asking for a coin of your attention. The disciplined man does not empty his pockets for beggars. He is too busy building his empire. Law 4. Strategic indifference. The psychological vortex. This is where it becomes a true art form, a psychological judo. In any social conflict, perceived indifference is not just a shield, it is a devastating weapon. Think of it like this. Your critic has spent time, maybe even days, crafting their attack. They have rehearsed the argument in their head. They have anticipated your defense. They have prepared their counter-arguments. They are poised for a battle, muscles tense, adrenaline pumping. They throw their best punch, and it passes through empty air. You are not there. You have sidestepped not by moving away, but by not moving into the fighting stance at all. You remain calm, poised, even mildly curious or bored. You have created a psychological vortex. All their energy, all their emotional investment swirls into a void. There is no impact, no satisfying thud of a hit landing, just silence. This silence is deafening to them. It forces a terrifying question into their mind. Did I even land? Does he even care? Am I so insignificant that my best shot doesn't even register? This seeming indifference is a masterstroke. It is not that you don't care about truth or justice. It's that you care so much more about your own mission and peace that their attack is categorized as irrelevant data, like background static. You flip the entire power dynamic not by overpowering them, but by refusing to acknowledge the power they think they have. They are trying to play chess, and you are playing an entirely different game, one where the board they see doesn't exist. The harder they try to engage you on their board, the more foolish and unhinged they appear. You remain the calm center. You conserve all your strength. They exhaust theirs. In this exhaustion, they reveal their weakness. Your poise reveals your strength. This is the power of the stone in the river. The river, the critic, is constantly pushing, rushing, demanding a reaction. The stone, you, does not push back. It simply is. And over time, it is the river that wears itself out, shaping itself around the immovable stone. Law 5. The roar of action, your living defense. The Stoics were not talkers, they were doers. Seneca wrote volumes, but his letters were about how to live, how to face poverty, death, betrayal, and success. Marcus Aurelius's meditations were a private gym for his mind, preparing him for the action of ruling an empire. Their ultimate lesson here is profound. The only legitimate defense is a life so well lived that it renders verbal defense absurd. Your character is not defended in a courtroom of opinions. It is defended in the battlefield of daily action. Let your discipline in the gym be your answer to accusations of laziness. Let the quality of your work and the prosperity it brings be your answer to whispers of incompetence. Let the calm and order of your home be your answer to charges of chaos. Let your loyalty to true friends be your answer to claims of selfishness. When you are in constant, relentless motion building your legacy, you do not have the time, the bandwidth, or the interest to stop the construction. Put down your tools and give a press conference to every passerby who critiques the blueprint. You are too busy laying bricks. Think of the skyscraper being built in a city. Does it stop its construction because a pedestrian on the sidewalk says it's ugly or in the wrong place? No. The cranes keep moving, the workers keep welding, the building rises day by day according to plan. Eventually, the critic looks up, his mouth agape, at this magnificent structure that now dominates the skyline. His criticism now seems silly, petty, irrelevant. Your actions are your skyscraper. Build it so high, so strong, and so beautiful that any verbal attack against you is just a tiny, irrelevant squeak at its base. The world may debate the path, but it always makes way for the man who has already arrived at the destination through sheer, undeniable action. Law 6, the discipline of selective deafness. This law is about cultivating a superpower, the ability to not just hear, but to filter, to have a mental firewall that separates signal from noise. In the famous words of Seneca, we must avoid the crowd and its distractions. In our world, the crowd is not just people. It is the endless stream of opinions, hot takes, gossip, and digital shouts aimed at our attention. To feel the need to defend yourself is to grant that the noise is a signal, that it carries important information you must correct. This is a trap. The Stoic develops what I call selective deafness. He has trained his mind to have a default setting. The default is to ignore anything that does not come from a trusted source aligned with his mission, or anything that is not a matter of fact requiring direct, practical action. An insult, noise, gossip, noise, unfair criticism from an irrelevant source, noise. It passes through the ears, but is processed as meaningless data, like the hum of a refrigerator. This takes immense discipline. It is a muscle you must build. Every time you feel the twitch to correct, to clarify, to set the record straight for someone who doesn't matter, you must consciously relax that muscle. You must let the information hit your firewall and vanish. This is not being weak. This is being supremely focused. A lion does not concern itself with the opinions of sheep. The tank does not swerve for thrown pebbles. Your mission, your growth, your peace, this is your forward track. Anything not on that track is scenery you blur past. By refusing to defend, you are declaring the noise unworthy of your CPU's processing power. You are saving all your mental RAM for running the vital programs of your life. Law 7, redefining the battlefield. The Stoic victory. This is the ultimate reframe, the master key that unlocks all the other laws. Society from childhood teaches you a definition of victory. Victory is proving the other person wrong. Victory is having the last word. Victory is making your critic shut up, apologize, or look foolish. This is a childish, exhausting, and ultimately empty game. The Stoic philosopher redefines victory at its very core. For the Stoic, victory is internal and unconditional. Victory is maintaining your inner peace in the face of chaos. Victory is keeping your character intact when tempted to stoop. Victory is staying perfectly on the path of your principles, undisturbed by the sticks and stones thrown from the roadside. When you adopt this definition, every provocation is transformed. It is no longer a battle to be won against an external enemy. It is a test to be passed for your own integrity. The critic becomes your unwitting sparring partner, giving you the opportunity to practice patience, poise, and power. The test question is never, did you silence them? The test question is always, did you remain yourself? And here is the beautiful secret. You can pass this test instantly. The moment you choose not to engage, not to defend, not to let their words dictate your emotional state, you have already passed. You have already won. You claim victory simply by refusing to play the old game. This is the ultimate power flip. You change the rules so fundamentally that the other person is left standing on an empty field, swinging at ghosts, while you have already collected your trophy, your unbroken spirit, and walked away. You win by default. You win by transcendence. Their goal was to control your emotions. Your victory is that they failed. Their goal was to make you dance. Your victory is that you kept your feet still. This is the Stoic triumph. It is quiet, it is internal, and it is utterly, completely unassailable.